Food item ingredients are used to describe the recipe and meal line item ingredients. Access the food item ingredients page by clicking this command button. Note that butter is currently the highlighted line item ingredient. When you first open the form, the ingredient for the currently selected record will be the ingredient displayed. We'll click the button, and this is the butter ingredient. Food item ingredients are defined by their descriptive name, their measure, and the grams of fat, carbohydrate, and protein that a given measure contains. There are two types of food item ingredients: private ingredients and public ingredients. Note the control public ingredient. If this is checked off, that means that this ingredient can be used by other users on CookBookPlus on the web. The source field identifies the name of the user that created the ingredient. All ingredients created by a CookBookPlus on the web user are initially private ingredients. However, the CookBookPlus and the web systems administrator may elect to make a private ingredient publicly viewable. This is typically the case when the ingredient has wide applicability. For example, when a common item is included in the database, like carrots by the ounce. Nutrient values for food item ingredients are derived manually or automatically. If derived manually, they are typically obtained from food packaging labels. They can be obtained automatically by researching the internal USDA food values database. These controls are associated with the USDA database. If there are values in these text box fields, that means that the currently viewed food item ingredient has previously been researched using the USDA food values database. The values within these text boxes uniquely identify the USDA food record that was used to research the ingredient. Navigate your food item ingredient records by using this large drop-down control. Alternatively, you can use these controls to navigate sequentially. This ingredient is a public ingredient. When viewing a public ingredient, you will have an Add New Command button. Here, I've navigated to a private ingredient. That's because the public immediate checkbox is unchecked. When viewing a private ingredient, you will have an Add New Command button, a Delete Command button, and an Update Command button. Let's navigate to the first ingredient. The first ingredient in the record set is the blank ingredient. The blank ingredient has nothing for a name or blanks, and it has no measure. The blank ingredient is used to add line spaces when creating recipes or meals. Single-serving ingredients can be created from recipes or meals. Let's navigate to a single-serving ingredient for a recipe. After making the selection in the drop-down, click the View Selected Ingredient command button to navigate to the selected ingredient. When viewing one of these made from ingredients, you will have two additional controls. This command button, when clicked, will take you to the recipe or meal that the ingredient was made from, and this text box contains the unique ID for the recipe or meal. The name of this made from ingredient was derived from the name of the recipe, in this case Bob Jones Chili. Unique record ID number of the recipe, number 14, which is this number here, and the date that the recipe was either created on or last updated on. Let's navigate directly to the recipe. Note that the ingredient that was made from this recipe was last updated in 2002. I'm going to click the Update Ingredient command button. I'm actually not going to make any changes. I'm just going to click Update Ingredient again. Note how the date has changed. Let's view the ingredient that was made from this recipe. Note how the date has changed in the name. Here, I've navigated to a different ingredient. This one was made from a meal, specifically a breakfast meal, cold cereal. Note the date and the name, 2004. Also note the meal dates text boxes. These text boxes reflect the current date range of meals included in your record set. The default value is current date and the preceding 7 days. If we try to navigate directly to this meal, note the message at the top of the screen we can't get there because that record is not available to us at this time. We'll change the meal dates. We'll start the meal dates at September 1, 2004. Then use the Tab key to leave the field. We're going to change the end date to 9/30/2004. To improve page performance again, use the Tab key to leave the field. This refreshes the page. Now, if we click this command button, we've navigated directly to that meal. Note that the meal's date range that was included on the ingredients form is also the date range now included on this main form page. Let's go back and view the ingredient. This ingredient is a private ingredient, so the user has an Add New Ingredient and a Delete Ingredient. He cannot update the ingredient here. He has to go back to the meal record and make the update there. Note the command button. Ingredient was used and we click this command button. We'll get a drop-down control that contains a list of the recipes or meal records where this ingredient was used in. However, this list is constrained by this date range. Let's open the list, and it only shows 1. To view a listing of all your available ingredients, click this command button. You can scroll the list, and if you see one you're interested in, you can navigate there by using the select link. If you click this command button a second time, you'll hide the list. To add a new food item, ingredient, click the Add New Command button. Give the ingredient a descriptive name. After entering the name, you can use the Tab key to navigate to the Measure drop-down. We're going to give it a measure for this example. We'll do this by the cup. Then, in these fields, we'll enter the grams of fat, carbohydrate, and protein, and 1 cup of our ingredient. After entering those values, click the Add New Command button a second time. Since this is a new private ingredient, we have an Add New Update and Delete Command button available. To edit or update the ingredient, click the Update Command button. Make your change in the appropriate field for this example. We'll change the grams of protein from 15 to 10, then click the Update Command button a second time. To delete an ingredient, first check to make sure it wasn't used in any recipes or meals. We know we just made this, but we'll click the ingredient was used in button anyway. Here we have nothing in the list. To delete the ingredient, click the Delete Command button. Note the warning at the top of the screen. There's no undo for this. To proceed, click the Delete Command button a second time. After the delete, you're navigated to the first record in your record set, which is the blank ingredient. Be advised that if the private ingredient had been used in a recipe or meal ingredient, and we went ahead and tried to delete it, we would not be allowed to do so. Instead, there would be a warning message at the top of the screen telling us that if you want to delete the ingredient T, you have to delete each instance in those records where it was used. Let's navigate to a different ingredient. To access to the USDA Food Values database, you'll click this command button. If the current ingredient has previously been researched using the USDA database, there will be values in these text boxes. If there are values and you click the USDA database command button, that database opens and will display the USDA food value ingredient that was used to research the ingredient in CookBookPlus. This page displays information in 2 parts. The top part of the page displays the information associated with the food item ingredient, as found in CookBookPlus. The bottom part of the form contains the information as documented in the USDA Food Values database, specific to the type of ingredient that was used to do the researching. We'll navigate back to the ingredient form, and we'll navigate back to our blank ingredient. If you're viewing an ingredient that has not been researched using the USDA database, and you navigate to the USDA database, the database opens but will display the first record in the USDA database. Detailed information on working with the USDA database page will be provided in a later video.